Ever wondered if your rights as an overseas Filipino worker are protected, even when you're miles away from home? It's a question that reverberates in the minds of countless Filipinos working abroad. Across the globe, many OFWs face daunting challenges, from grappling with unfair labor practices to wrestling with contract violations. The struggles are real and often disheartening. Not to mention the lack of legal protection, which leaves many feeling vulnerable and isolated. These concerns are not just stories of a few. They echo the experiences of many who venture out of their homeland in search of better opportunities. But let's not forget, knowledge is power. This video is designed to provide you with a clear and straightforward understanding of your rights as an OFW and the legal protections available to you. No legalese, no jargon, just simple facts. Let's dive into the complex world of OFW rights and legal protections simplified just for you. Legal terms can be confusing, can't they? But worry not. We're here to break them down for you. Let's start with the term labor laws. Imagine a rule book, a guide if you will, that lays out the rules of the game. The game here, of course, being work. Labor laws are just that, a set of rules put in place to ensure fair play between employers and employees. They cover everything from minimum wage to working hours to safety standards. They're designed to protect you, the worker, from being taken advantage of. Moving on, let's talk about contractual obligations. This is a fancy way of saying promises made in a contract. When you sign a contract, you are making a legally binding promise to do something, like work a certain number of hours or perform a specific job. Your employer also has contractual obligations to you, like paying you on time and providing a safe working environment. Next up is legal protections. Think of these like a safety net, there to catch you if you fall. Legal protections safeguard your rights and interests. For example, if your employer breaks their contractual obligations, legal protections are there to help you seek justice. Lastly, we have workers' rights. These are the rights you have as an employee. They're a part of labor laws, but they deserve a special mention. Workers' rights ensure you are treated with respect and dignity at your workplace. They cover things like the right to fair pay, the right to safe working conditions, and the right to be free from discrimination. Now, these terms might still seem a bit daunting, but remember, they're all there to protect you. They're the tools you have at your disposal to ensure you're treated fairly and respectfully at work. So, don't be afraid of them, embrace them, understand them. Now that we've demystified these legal terms, it's time to see how they apply to your life as an OFW. So, what exactly are these rights and protections that are in place for you as an overseas Filipino worker? Well, let's dive right in. Firstly, you have the right to fair wages. This means you should be compensated appropriately for your time, effort, and skills, in accordance with the terms agreed upon in your contract. It's not just about earning a living, it's about receiving what you're truly worth. Next, you are entitled to safe working conditions. Your employer is responsible for providing an environment where you can perform your duties without fear of harm or danger. This includes proper living conditions if you're a live-in worker, necessary safety equipment, and reasonable working hours. But it's not just physical safety we're talking about here. You also have the right to be free from any form of discrimination, harassment, or abuse. Regardless of your nationality, race, religion, or gender, you should be treated with respect and dignity. Now let's talk about legal protections. As an OFW, you are protected by the laws of both your home country, the Philippines, and the host country where you are working. If you feel your rights are being violated or your contract is not being honored, you have the ability to file complaints and seek justice. You can reach out to the Philippine Overseas Labor Office or POLO in your host country, or the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWWA back home. They can guide you through the process and help you understand your options. In some cases, the host country's labor laws may also provide additional protections. It's always a good idea to familiarize yourself with these laws when you start working in a new country. Remember, your rights as an OFW are not just words on paper. They are tangible protections designed to ensure your well-being and dignity as you strive to provide for your family back home. Remember, being miles away from home doesn't mean you're alone. Your rights as an OFW are always protected.